Good afternoon! Hi everyone! Isang mainit na tanghali sa inyong lahat. Kung nasaan man kayo ngayon. Can you see my beautiful background? Yeah, medyo naharangan ng chair ko slight. So, we've come up with this new pakulo in Everyday with Jenné, wherein you're going to guess what movie this is. Anyone? Can anyone guess? What's the movie? What's the movie? Okay, sikat na sikat po yung movie na yan. Okay, so sa last part na nating sasabihin kung anong movie yan. Okay, for now, let's talk about Everyday with Jenné, where we get to answer your questions about wedding planning. So, marami po tayong mga new members in the community of Worldwide Weddings PH. So, if you are not yet part of the community, we invite you to join. Here's the link. Just click this link. That's bit.ly/WWPH community. All right. So once again, our link to join the community is WWPH community. And of course, you can get to ask your questions there. You get to meet other soon-to-weds. It's a safe haven to learn about your wedding planning. Okay, so now, before I go to the questions, I want to talk about one of the wonderful wedding experts in our bridal fair. So the bridal fair, again, is actually ongoing. Our wedding experts are the first set of exhibitors that are being highlighted. So please head on over to our website, Worldwide Weddings PH, and also brideworthy.com/bridal fair. Okay, so check out all of the wonderful wedding experts that are highlighted. So today, ngayon tanghali, isa sa mga wedding experts na I wanna give you a backstory on is walang iba kundi si RD. Yes, hi RD. Okay. RD of RD Events and Designs. RD is one of my classmates in certified wedding, as a certified wedding specialist in Weddings Beautiful Worldwide. Okay, ang haba, di ba? Weddings Beautiful Worldwide, the #1 US school for wedding planning. So, magkakaklase po kami. And one thing that I noticed with RD is, alam mo po ba kung taga saan siya? O di ba? Siya po ay taga Bicol, Catanduanes. And because our class kasi is happening here in Manila, you know, they have to travel. Actually, hindi lang si RD, even my other classmates in Weddings Beautiful Worldwide, they really have to travel. They have to fly in or drive in, like kasi Bicol, pwedeng drive, pwedeng fly, di ba? Talagang sobra yung effort to come to Manila just for the class. You know, I could just imagine, ako nga parang medyo minsan parang almost malilate pa ako. Yung parang photo finish to get to the class. So sila talagang lumilipad pa sila. Like they have to spend money to come in. And for me, that signifies commitment to learning. And a person or a business owner who has that heart to grow themselves, I believe is a very good quality of a wedding supplier that you want to have. Diba? Kasi ibig sabihin, they want to grow. Even though, like, for example, me, before I enrolled in the class, nagpa-promote pala ako ng wedding planning class, no? Before I enrolled in the class of Miss B, shout out to Miss B, hi Miss B. So before I enrolled in that, I've been doing a lot of wedding planning already. But I also wanted to level up. Like, I wanted to add more knowledge to myself and also validate some of the things that I'm already doing as a wedding planner. So it was really great getting to know RD. And what I discovered with him is that hindi lang wedding planning yung kaya niyang gawin. Oh my gosh, the designs, guys. So if you are getting married in Bicol or in Catanduanes, yun yung talaga yung main na area niya. The designs that he does, it's so good. Sobrang ganda. And if I'm correct, kung tama yung aking pagkakatanda, ang background ni RD is that he worked in a Middle East country. I'm not sure kung Qatar or basta kung saang part man ng Middle East. And then, ano siya doon, yung nagagawa ng mga flowers and designs. And you know naman in the Middle East, area, talagang napakabongga pag ang mga wedding doon, di ba? Pabonggahan. So, shout out to RD. I love his work. I haven't been to Catanduanes. I haven't seen it there, but I can vouch for the person, right? The person, the personality, he's so much fun to be around, and hindi siya nauubusan ng ideas. So, shout out to RD Events and Designs. So if you want to check them out, can we flash the Facebook page again? Yes, that's RD Events and Designs. And I have good news for all of you because tonight at Worldwide Weddings TV, he is our featured wedding expert. Woo-hoo! Clap, clap, clap. Okay, so featured wedding experts, so we're gonna discover all of the wonderful works that he has done, showcase, and of course, syempre, interview natin siya. So, mamaya, tanungin natin siya ng mga hard-hitting questions. Okay, so hopefully, maayos yung internet ni RD later. Okay. So, once again, magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. Kayo po ba yung nag-enjoy ng inyong lunch? Kasama niyo po ba ako sa inyong tanghalian? Okay, so now we're gonna go to our wedding tip of the day. Ayan, pasensya na po sa mga dumadaan-daan ha. May mga intermission tayo, mga tricycle, mga Ayan, kasama po yan sa buhay ng work from home habang ang bahay nyo ay malapit sa kalsada. Okay. So, wedding planning tip of the day. So, yesterday we talked about the bride. Today, we're gonna talk about the groom. Okay, so before I say that, once again, sino po sa inyo ang makakahula kung kung anong movie ang nasa likod ko? Okay, buksan ko lang yung aking Facebook. Tignan po natin, baka meron ako mga friendship na nagko-comment na at hindi ko pa pala nababasa. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Ito pong movie na ito ay, ay sikat na sikat. Ayan. Ito pong movie na ito ay sikat na sikat. Napakadaming nanood nito. Ilang beses ko na itong pinanood. At syempre, di ba, featuring, dito pala sa kabila, featuring my katukayo, di ba? Hello, J-Lo. Hello, Jennifer Lopez. So, comment kayo kung anong movie ito. Wedding movie, of course. Alright, so let's go now. Wedding planning tip of the day. So, this tip is specifically for the groom. Actually, yes. Well, for the bride and groom. So, the tip is make sure that you give your groom his own responsibilities. So, kung ikaw naman ay groom at nanonood ka nito, make sure na meron kang specific na responsibilities. Alam mo kasi kadalasan, iniisip nila na it's just the bride who's really planning the wedding kasi syempre it's a girly thing, right? And then yung babae, siya yung laging excited sa pagplano ng wedding niya. Sabi nga, 'di ba, yung mga brides daw, 5 years old pa lang sila, nagpaplano na sila ng wedding nila. Marami na sila mga ideas kung anong gusto nilang mangyari, di ba? So even though the groom or your fiancé may not be planning the wedding since he was 5, but definitely the groom has his own ideas, okay? So meron pa rin ideas yung groom. So syempre kasal po ninyo yung dalawa. So meron siyang ideas, opinions, at kung ano man ang gusto niya sabihin tungkol sa pagpaplano ng wedding niya. So make sure na you listen. Okay, you listen. Make sure you listen. You listen to what he says. And kailangan nyo pong pakatandaan na eto nga po ay kasal ng 2 tao at ng hindi ng isa lang. Although alam mo, minsan yung mga groom, sasabihin nila, ikaw na bahala, ganyan. So, alam mo, ako, okay din naman yun in a way. But at the same time, for the groom, siguro at least pick 1 or 2 or 3 na parts of the wedding na ikaw yung in charge. Para at the end of the day, you feel that you're still part of it, of the whole thing. Hindi yung parang dumating ka na lang dun, wala ka nang ginawa. Di ba? What can you say, brides? Do you agree with me? Ayan. So, just to give you some tips, yung parts that the grooms can be part of, yung mga simpleng parts lang and they actually enjoy, is one, menu. Siyempre, mahilig kumain yung groom. Okay, menu. Two, music. Okay, music. And number three, siyempre, ito talaga, budget. Ayan. Okay, so budget. Okay, so ayan yung mga suggestions namin na pwede nyo i-involve si groom on those parts. So, if you guys are watching from replay, comment down below. We would like to see that. So this is Everyday with Jenné. We get to answer your wedding planning questions every day. Imagine that, diba? Such a relief that you can actually go ahead and ask and somebody will answer. Not after 10 days, not after 5 days, but today. Ask Jenné today. Alrighty, so basahin natin yung mga comments dito. Sabi dito, good afternoon, Miss Jenné. Hi, good afternoon. Meron na siya, sabi ni Casey, nakaka-enjoy ang Guess the Movie. Napapaisip ba kayo habang nagchat-chat ako dito, nag-iisip kayo kung anong movie? Sabi ni Casey, Made in Manhattan? Tignan natin, Made in Manhattan ba yan? Ayan, may suggestion si MJ. Hi, MJ. Sabi niya, si Habi na daw bahala sa inuman. Pwede din. Ayan. So, pwede dun sa part ng cocktails or drinks. So, pwede sabihin niyo dun sa groom na, ikaw na pumili kung ano yung mga drinks na isi-serve natin sa mga guests natin. Okay. So, I hope that you liked our wedding tip of the day. Now, let's go to our questions from the community. Let's flash it. Our first question. How do you make a small wedding special? From Anonymous. Hi, Anonymous. Okay, how do you make a small wedding special? Isip ko, ba't kaya siya Anonymous? Siguro, secret yung wedding niya. Tapos ayaw niya pang ipaalam sa mga tao na ikakasal siya. Kaya Anonymous, okay. How do you make one special? Here, okay. Ako, sa akin, to make it special, I will make sure that I find out, like I have a heart-to-heart talk with my groom, okay, with my fiancé, kung ano ba yung mga bagay na gusto niyang mangyari sa wedding. Kahit na maliit nga siya, kahit maging intimate, like what's are the most important things na gusto niyang mangyari. Kasi once na itanong ko sa kanya yon, syempre ako alam ko kung ano yung gusto ko sa akin, then I can come up with little things that will make it feel really special. So for example, pwedeng example lang to okay. For example, marami akong mga friends na part of our love story. So pwedeng gagawa ako ng special na video. Tapos, syempre, naman tayo? Online, di ba? So, i-interviewin ko sila lahat ng mga friends ko. Or I'll ask somebody to interview all of the different friends and talk about our love story and what they can say about us. Na parang, ganyan yan. No? Naku, naalala ko pa nung una sila nagkakilala. Sabi ni bride, hindi talaga siya na-attract dun sa groom. As in, sabi niya, tsaka, ganyan. So, tignan mo naman ngayon, in love na siya, gano'n. Yung mga ganong backstories. Ako kasi, may enjoy ko yun. Tapos, papa-edit ko yan. Papa-edit ko siya ng, pagdudugtong-dugtongin siya, gagawan siya ng story na maganda, alam mo yan. Tapos, ipapalabas ko siya sa araw ng wedding ko. Di ba? Galing ko mag-isip. So, on that day, whether I make it as a personal surprise for me, in terms of the content, diba? Or a surprise for the groom, either way, it will make it really special. Kasi that storyline, kung ano man yung lalabas sa bibig ng mga friends namin, will be very valuable. Diba? At maganda pa nito, pag nag-anniversary na kami, papanoorin namin ulit yun. O, tapos tatawa kami, iyak kami, whatever, diba? So, hindi lang special on that intimate celebration, but even years after or months after, ganon. 'Di ba? Okay ba? Or pwede din isama hindi lang friends, pati yung magulang kung game ha. Kunwari si magulang, sasabihin ako, si ayaw ko nga yan para kay ganyan ganyan, yung mga ganon. Kasi ganto ganto. Oh, so, pwedeng may ganon. Pero sana yung una ayaw ayaw pero ngayon gusto na yon. Pag yung ayaw talaga period. Mahirap 'yon. Pwede siguro pag anniversary na, gagawa tayo ng special video sa anniversary wedding. O, di ba? Yung parang, di nga ako sumipot sa kasal nila kasi ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. O, di ba? Isn't it fun reminiscing and, getting to understand the stories behind the wedding? So, for me, all you have to do is find out what's important for you and your fiancé and then think of something that relates to that. Yun. So, kailangan nyo lang ng konti creativity. Kaya, again, sali na po kayo sa community dahil lahat po ng mga, ng mga admin sa loob ng Worldwide Weddings, very creative po sila. Matataba po ang mga utak nila yan. Pwede kayo magtanong doon ng hashtag, magtanong ng mga hugot lines, ganyan lahat. Okay? So, thank you for that question, Miss Anonymous or Mr. Anonymous. Okay? Let's go to the next question. Let's flash it. When is the ideal time to book the venue? Okay. How early? Oh my gosh. Okay. Another anonymous person. I wonder kung if it's the same anonymous person. My answer to that is, it will depend on the kind of venue you're looking for. If it is the venue na talagang bestseller, like bestseller meaning sobrang dami talagang tao na nangangailangan ng venue na yan or gustong-gusto talaga nila yan, I would suggest 1 year to even 2 years ahead. 1 year to even 2 years ahead. Why? Because kung bestseller yung location na yan, a lot of people are already preparing, making a down payment, ganyan. So, maybe you'll still get the venue, but the date na gusto mo, pwedeng hindi mo makuha. So, you can start inquiring already mga 2 years ahead. Now, syempre, depending on the venue, sometimes, especially kunwari hotel yan. Some of the venues, they don't open their books until 1 year and a half, something like that. Yan, minsan ganun ginagawa nila. And the reason they do that is because they make sure that yung price will be the correct price. Kasi syempre pag may agreement na kayo, di ba? So yung price. Or pwedeng sasabihin nila na, okay, you can make a reservation, but that price is not the final price. It's subject to price increase. Kasi syempre every year or every other year nagkakaroon ng price increase. So, there. Alright, so as early as possible. However, if you're not particular naman with the venue, if you're particular with other areas, then you can simply book it. Siguro safe na yung 10 months. Yeah, 6 months to 10 months ahead. Hopefully, hindi talaga bestseller yung venue and date. Yun pala, dalawa yun. Venue and date. Yun yung dalawa yung consideration. Yung location ng venue and yung date. Alright. Okay. So we have, alright, yes, one of our avid followers, Dennis. Hi. Okay, question, is there a venue that allows me to have guests zoomed in from overseas? Oh, that is a very good question. Very, very, very good question. There are venues that have very good internet. So the answer to that is yes, there are venues that are like that. You just have to check with the venue, and other than asking them, you need to try it yourself. Meaning, go to that venue and then connect in their Wi-Fi and do a Facebook Live or do a video call or something, like just test it out, actual test out. Let's go to the venue. That's one option. Another option, which is a very common option these days, is there are people who hire A live streaming company. So, kadalasan dyan yung mga photo and video services and the photo booth services, they have expanded their services into live streaming. I think we have one of our exhibitors, Photograb, if I'm not mistaken, Photograb. So, shout out to Photograb. So, Photograb is already doing that. That's one of the services that they have, the live streaming. And the thing that they do is they bring the equipment, to shoot the video, whether it's a high quality phone or camera, and then they bring also the internet box. So then you don't have to worry in case the internet in that place is not really stable. Yeah. So you can go ahead and check out those suppliers who will do the live streaming, which I believe is a good investment, because even though, yes, like me, I can do a Facebook Live on my phone. I can do a Zoom from my phone. Yes, for sure. But if I'm the bride or my groom is the one who knows it, on the actual day of my wedding, I'm not gonna worry myself about, okay, let's connect, okay, let's turn it on, okay, sana, where's the angle of the camera, here, whatever. It's not worth the effort. Unless, there's an unless here. Unless, like, you're super, super nagtitipid and you don't really care which part of the wedding will be, will be shot. What I'm trying to say is, in a wedding, there's a lot of movement that's going to happen. So let's say, for example, the only part that you want to be zoomed in, for example, is that you just want to show the ceremony. Like, that's it. So the camera is just in one position. That's it. Taking a shot of the ceremony, and that's it. So if that's it, like, you're not really concerned on who's watching or interact with the people who's watching and all that, then you can do it. You can do it yourself. Just set it up, put it on, and then just it. But, sayang naman the opportunity. If people are watching there, then you can interact with them and you can find out who's watching, and then even have some sort of conversation, even if they're on Zoom, then it will make it even more meaningful. Just for a few additional pesos, then you can do a Zoom minus the headache. But I think the most headache that you will get if you're gonna DIY it is internet connection. That's it. That's the one that will really stress you out, the internet connection. But if you hire somebody else to do it, then they'll be the one stressed out, not you. Because that's why you're paying them, so that they can figure out how to make sure that the internet is working. Okay, thank you, Dennis, for that question. So keep sending questions, Dennis, and everyone else who's watching. Maybe you have other friends who are interested to find out information about wedding planning. They can ask it through you. If they're shy, go ahead. Just send over the questions. So let's go to the last question. This is the last question for the day. Okay, this is the last question for the day. Let's go ahead. If there are difficulties with suppliers, does the event planner handle them? Okay. My answer to this is yes and no. Okay? Okay. Siguro the no portion would be if you dealt with the supplier on your own, like, how do I say it? Like, you did not involve the wedding planner in terms of the selection process. Okay, if you didn't involve the wedding planner in terms of the selection process, then the wedding planner may have a hard time meddling in the middle of it. Okay, but medyo mahirapan siya kasi hindi naman siya kasama doon sa conversation, hindi naman napag-agreehan nyo, etc., etc. However, on a objective perspective, the wedding planner can still be in the middle of it. Let's say, for example, let's go with photo video. So, for example, the photo video said that he will create a save the date video that will be flashed ahead of time, or let's say a video of the growing up pictures of the of the client, for example, but on the day of the wedding, they didn't produce it or they didn't bring it, for example. Okay. So in that case, the event planner can come in, but the way that the event planner can handle is just to make sure that one, it is indeed in the contract that the bride and the groom and the supplier agreed on. And if it is, then the wedding planner will enforce it to the supplier and say that this is in the contract, it's part of the agreement, etc., etc. So now, the challenge there for the wedding planner is if the bride and groom will say that, oh, it's not in the contract because it was an add-on, like they just added it, like verbally, etc., etc. So now the wedding planner will have to find out what are the other conversations that happened behind it so that they can deal with the supplier accordingly. So, yun lang yung magiging challenge doon. Kasi, if the wedding planner doesn't have any proof or anything to stand on, then hindi niya yun ma-enforce doon sa supplier. So, that's why it's really great to have a wedding planner. Now, if for example you don't get a wedding planner like from the beginning to the end, but you get, let's say, a coordinator, so then an on the day coordinator can still do that, can still assist you in that, as long as, of course, when you do a turnover with your on the day coordinator, you send them copies of your agreements. So all of the things, all of the suppliers that you book, then the on the day coordinator will check on it, and then we'll make sure that everything that you guys have agreed on are the things that the supplier is expecting to do. Yeah. So that's it. So yes, makakatulong pa din siya, pero may parts na hindi if you did not involve them from the beginning. So okay. So now, did you guys guess it? Nahulaan nyo ba? What is this movie? Okay, so nag-comment dito si MJ. Yes, photograph. Okay, para yun dun sa live streaming. Okay, so if you guys want live streaming, photograph. Okay, let's go. What is the movie, MJ? May guess ka ba? What's the movie? But I'm right in the middle of them. Okay, so somebody voted Made in Manhattan. Pangalawang vote na yon. Okay, somebody voted... Roxanne voted The Wedding Planner. Yes. Okay, sino pa? Ayan. So, shout out to Paula. Hi, Paula. Yes, did you see my post last night? I was doing Mother's Day cards. Wait, I'm so proud. Let me show you guys. Look! Ay, nag-dissolve. Yeah, I made Mother's Day cards. Looky. There. Here. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, so we're doing Mother's Day cards for Adja delivery. So, okay. Anyway, Paula, are you gonna come in as our exhibitor as well? Come on, you have wonderful items. You can also give us giveaways. So, what is your vote? Is it Made in Manhattan? Why is your vote Made in Manhattan? Parang mali yata tuloy ako ng picture na kinuha. Hindi siya Made in Manhattan. Hindi siya Made in Manhattan. One more guess. Is it Made in Manhattan? No. Okay, somebody gave the answer already. The answer is The Wedding Planner. If you haven't watched it, you guys watch it, okay? The Wedding Planner, okay? But yes, there's also a movie of Jennifer Lopez, Made in Manhattan. But this one is The Wedding Planner. All right, so that ends our Everyday with Jenné today. So, gaya na sinabi ko, we do Everyday with Jenné in different times of the day. So, just watch out kung anong time. Because we want to be able to capture different audiences. So sometimes people are available on lunchtime, some are available afternoon, some are available in the evening, right? But for the most of the people in Philippines, okay, a lot of you guys watch in the evening. So medyo marami tayong viewers. But anyway, there's Team Replay and you can watch this over and over again. Imagine, Everyday with Jenné, you can watch it every day. Magsawa po kayo sa face ko. But hopefully you're getting value from it, okay? So not just my face, but the value that we're giving, okay? Once again, join our community, WWPH community. Head on over. Okay, so now we're gonna show you our amazing videos to invite you to the first and only nationwide bridal fair. All right, so come check us out. We're already online, featuring our wedding experts. So let's all watch this. See ya.